Hello to the Eric and Lizz Show channel. Today with the local, with me, Eric Rimmele, and Kimberly Crockett, local real estate agent here in San Diego, based out of El Cajon.
Morning.
Good
morning,
morning.
Eric. How are you today?
Good. So tell me, which agency are you working for?
I'm actually with Keller Williams in El Cajon.
Nice. I mean,
I've been there for about 8 years now.
Wow, that's already quite a while.
Yes, it is.
Was there any particular reason you actually went for Keller Williams?
Yes, because of the training. They have continual training throughout the week. And, you know, in our business, we can never get too much training.
Yeah.
Things change so often. So I really enjoy the training. I enjoy the support that I get.
Yeah.
I have an awesome broker who loves to invest in his agents. He offers us a free photographer to go out and take our professional photos of our properties and do our videos and everything. So, yeah.
So how would you rate, say on a scale from 1 to 10, if today someone decides to become a real estate agent, from, oh yes, that's a really good idea being 1 to, it's a really shitty idea being 10?
You know what, I think it's a great idea to become a real estate agent. So it's a 1 for me. I encourage women all the time to get their real estate license and become realtors because it gives them the flexibility to raise their families.
Yeah.
Where having a regular job just is not going to give you that flexibility. So,
you know what? I can only confirm that it's the same, for me, basically, why I chose to become a realtor myself, because it gives me the flexibility, my youngest, is 8 years old, so I can look after him, especially at these times, where all the whole schooling is still due. Except my wife now is going to say, hey, I've been doing a lot of that in the past couple of weeks. Sorry, my fault. I was working on different shows. So that I do also. But yes, Kimberly, it's important. It gives you that flexibility.
I like it because I can take off and, well, when my son was in college in Arizona, he was at ASU. I could take off and go visit him, and my daughter and her husband live in Texas, and they have all my grandchildren. I could just take off when I need to and go spend some time with them. So I enjoy the flexibility, and it doesn't get boring. It's always changing. We're always doing something new or learning something new.
That is true, and you deal with people, which is always very interesting.
Very interesting.
So, how would you describe the market right now? Being in the, gosh, what are we now? August, like nearly, well, over 6 months into COVID-19, people having lost their jobs or are just constantly working from home, and you find yourself in a financial market which is, I mean, incredible for people which want to borrow money, but also you're seeing a push on the real estate prices.
Right. So I would describe this market as phenomenal right now. It's, I mean, from a seller standpoint, it's booming. And I don't necessarily understand because of the COVID situation.
Yeah.
You would have thought that things would have kind of slowed down, and it's not doing that. I was just mentioning to you that I've been in Riverside showing property all week. That's because there's been like 16, 17 offers per property.
Yeah.
I have so many offers here lately. It's it's incredible. And then the properties that I've had on the market have gone, I mean, in days. And so it's just, this market is really incredible right now. You would think because people are out of work, they're on unemployment, that it would have slowed down, but that's not the case.
Yeah. I think what people sometimes forget, you know, yes, the unemployment rate is hovering around 12%, but that still means that 88% of people do
Right.
have employment actually. And sometimes it's just hard to grasp. You know, it's like, yes, we're very fortunate that you know, we are self-employed, and we get basically back what we put in effort. You know, we can get that back. Even that I know a couple of agents which have dropped out now because of the situation, and are saying, you know, I can't make a sale because they don't get a listing. And I understand, you know, it's hard and you have to be out there. But
I think
like
for
you
some
said,
agents, it is kind of hard right now. But then for some agents, it just seems like they're getting even more business than they were getting before COVID. So
yeah,
it's just a different market right now.
yeah, and yeah, if you compare it to last year where there was a healthy inventory, and I mean, let's say it, I mean, houses were sitting there and they could be easily, you know, for 90, 120 days on the market. Now, if you have a house which is or condos, say between 275, $300,000 to the about 850K range, I mean, they're literally gone within 20, 30 days.
It's, it's crazy what's happening out there right now. But you know, because we don't have that much inventory, if sellers are looking to sell, this would be the market to sell in. And because they're getting, you know, if their home is priced correctly, then they're getting multiple offers, even going over the purchase price. And so, yeah, it's just a phenomenal market right now. It just seems a little bit weird because of the state of our country. But then at the same time, the housing market is kind of booming right now. And so it just seems like it doesn't go together, but it is what it is. And we just have to continue working.
Yeah, it's true. It seems counterintuitive, and people um, remember very vividly what happened in 2008, 2009, when actually the housing market collapsed. Um, but the public has to understand it's not the same situation. You know, it's there. The market collapsed because, you know, of let me call it the fishy loan structure that we had, and everybody without guarantees could have a loan, and then suddenly, you know, the economy wasn't sustaining it anymore, and, you know, house of cards, boom, we know what happened.
Exactly.
Lots of properties went into foreclosure because the poor guys couldn't afford anymore, you know, to pay their mortgages. No, it's a different market. But let me just say, you are also a realist.
I am a realist. I am a
Uh,
realist.
yeah, and maybe could you elaborate on that?
So I am called a realist because I am part of the National Association of Real Estate Brokers, also called NARAP. And NARAP was started back in 1947 for Black realtors, actually. And so we couldn't be a part of the regular board of realtors back then. They wouldn't let us in. So we had to develop our own association. And that's where the National Association of Real Estate Brokers came from back in 1947. And so our job as realtors is to advocate for Black and Brown home ownership.
Yeah.
And the homeownership rate back when we actually started 50 years ago was at 41%. Um, and it is still hovering right around that rate compared to white homeownership, which is at 71%. And so we advocate for Black and brown homeownership. We want everyone to be homeowners, so don't get me wrong there. Everyone should be a homeowner.
Yeah.
Black, brown, white, yellow, purple, whatever color you may be or consider yourself to be. But we want everyone to be homeowners. But there's a disparity for Black and brown homeowners. A lot of them in 2008 were the ones that received those loans.
Yeah.
And the homeowner rate, I mean, the rate of homeownership had gone up at the time, but because of the crash in the market, it has gone down. So we're in the same position as we were 50 years ago when we started, when NARAP was started. And, you know, our mission right now is to increase Black homeownership. So we are, we embarked on a mission called the 2MN5, and that means 2 million homeowners in 5 years, 2 million Black and brown homeowners in 5 years. And, you know, we're doing pretty good with our numbers, and we're keeping up, and we're just, you know, out there trying to educate, advocate for Black and brown, you know, people to help them become homeowners. We understand that homeownership is a way to build wealth. Just like any investor, any person who purchases a home, you build equity, you can build wealth in it. And so we go out and we educate. I'm the chairperson, I'm the chaplain of the San Diego group.
Yeah.
But I'm also the chairperson of our faith-based community development group. And we go out and we meet with the churches and we educate the members on how to become homeowners and how to start building their wealth. We teach them about, you know, loans. We teach them about what type of loans are good loans to get. We also teach them about life insurance, because that is also a way to help build Black wealth by transferring life insurance to your families when you pass away. We also teach them about how to create a legacy by passing on their real estate to their family members later on by setting up trust and things like that and passing it on correctly instead of letting everything go to probate. They, you know, a lot of us don't understand that if it's not set up correctly, then it'll go to probate.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
That's something, unfortunately, that many people don't understand. That's not a place you want to be.
Exactly.
That's really not a place. And just maybe to explain to our viewers, is when a property goes under probate because the owner didn't pass on their property to their kids before their death. It goes to court, and they then decide, you know, what's going to happen with the property, and that just that process can take, you know, a year to 2 years. Yes, I understand that sometimes, you know, you feel like when you're hanging on to your house, you're literally hanging on to your life, but hang on to your life, give your house to the kids, you know, in appropriate time. I'm sure they're going to let you live in it, you know, till you pass on, but do something about it, because the worst case scenario is really goes to the courts and sits there for a while. And, you know, an unoccupied property is never a good property.
Exactly. And so that's what we advocate for, is we want to teach people how to be able to build their wealth and be able to pass it on to their family members, because most family members don't have money sitting around to pay for an attorney later on to go to court and fight for that property. And if they can't establish home ownership, then the court is going to tell you what to do with that property. You're going to have to sell it and then split the proceeds. Well, we all know what happens to the proceeds once you split it. I mean, you know, most people don't take it and reinvest it. They take it and splurge it, go buy TVs and cars and things like that. So we just want to teach people on the correct way to handle the wealth and pass it on. And that's why I believe that's why the gap is so huge between Black and brown homeowners and white homeowners, because their families seem to educate them. Their families, they get help with, with setting up their trust and setting up their life insurance. And instead of buying just burial policies, they actually buy large policies that will go to their family members later on when they pass away. So it's just education, just being educated, and having somebody that you trust that you listen to. So
of course, yeah, someone like you, Kimberly.
Exactly.
And it's sometimes it sounds a little harsh, but when you buy a house, it's really forced savings. It's
Right.
forced savings. So
Yep.
yes, you have to pay for your interest, but eventually, you get over that, and you put your money in a fairly safe place, actually. So, but Kimberly, so how can people reach you the easiest? Because I hope that many people are going to watch the show and, get that light bulb moment and want to get educated.
So the way to reach me is through my cell phone. I'm always connected to my cell phone.
Okay.
It goes everywhere with me. So my number is 619-742-5626, or you can email me at kimberlyssalessdhomes@gmail.com.
Good. Well, thank you so much, Kimberly. I mean, it was educational, even for me. It always is. Sometimes you can't hear something often enough, for you to penetrate all the way down, and make it to your conscious self, where you go like, I have to do something about it. And also be aware it's never too late.
Never too late to start.
Well, Kimberly, thank you so much. And to our viewers, don't forget, subscribe our Eric and Lizz show channel. And till the next time. Bye, Kimberly.
Bye-bye. Take care. God bless you.
Thank you.